Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Today, I'll present my final assessment for AGR272 plant crop 2, which is the title coconut crop. Okay, my name is Lukman bin Dahari and my friend name is
Ekman Anak Kennedy.
Okay, for the introduction, coconut scientific name is Cocos nucifera, which comes from family of Aricaceae. In Malaysia, there are 12 varieties of coconut that grown by smallholder or estate. The traditional varieties was Malaysian Tolls. Other varieties are Malaysian Red Dwarf, Malaysian Yellow Dwarf, Malaysian Green Dwarf, Mawa, Matek, and many more. Coconut crop is one of the minor or secondary crop in Malaysia. Secondary crop production and distribution in Malaysia has been steadily declined through the year. Okay, for the coconut, fruit also well known for its delicious and tasty water within the community in Malaysia.
Okay, next we move to the value of coconut crop. First, health. Coconut fruit give a lot of health benefit to human being. Firstly, drinking coconut water can benefit heart health. It can reduce the cholesterol level in our body, which reduce the risk of heart disease. Next, coconut can promote blood sugar control. Coconut is low in carbs and high in fiber and fat. Hence, this will help to stabilize blood sugar content in our body. The high fiber content of coconut meat can help to slow the digestion and improve insulin resistance, which can help to regulate blood sugar level. Last but not least, coconut can provide nutrients such as protein, carbs, fiber, and many more. For the next value of coconut crop is economy. Coconut play an important role in the socio-economic position in Malaysian rural population that involve 80,000 households, which about 63% of the coconut production is for domestic consumption and 37% is for export and industrial processing. As you can see from our written report, there will be the table that shows the increase in every year in the economy in Malaysia. The last value of crop of our coconut crop is furniture. Coconut tree can use to make building furniture. Coconut stem, which are hard and durable, able to create a good quality of furniture. Example of furniture made from the stem of coconut are chair, table, cupboard, bed, and many more. There are also other household that can be made from coconut tree, such as cup, cooking utensil, chopping board, and more.
Okay, next we move to plant morphology. As we can see from the slide, plant morphology of coconut crop have three types. First, leaf morphology, fruit morphology, and flower morphology.
Now we move to the varieties of coconut plant in Malaysia. In Malaysia, there are roughly 12 common varieties of coconut plant grown by smallholder or estates. In our final assessment, we state 4 types of variety that are popular in Malaysia. First variety are Matak hybrid. This variety was the most recommended due to its potential yield and early maturity. Hence, this will lead to fast production of yield. Matak is a short form or nickname of a new hybrid coconut which is from original coconut from Malaysia, which is the Malaysia yellow dwarf or Malaysia red dwarf with Tagnanan coconut from Philippines. The second variety is Mawa hybrid. Mawa coconut is a hybrid coconut between dwarf Malayan variety and West African tall. Mawa hybrid production of seedling is limited compared to Matak hybrid, but Mawa hybrid also popular variety in Malaysia. Mawa hybrid does not produce very large coconut or tender nuts with a very high volume of coconut water. Mawa hybrid popular and getting high demand on market because of the high quality and quantity of coconut milk, which also very fragrant and sweet. The third variety is aromatic green dwarf. Aromatic green dwarf coconut popular with its coconut water, which is sweet, fragrant, and very tasty. The smell of the coconut water resembles to the scent of lightly bruised pandanus leaf. The medium-sized nut good volume of coconut water ranging around 600 ml per nut, and the soft endosperm has a jelly-like consistency. This premium variety a very, has a very high ex-farm price, ranging around Rm 2 ringgit 50 cent for a good sized nut. Retail price often reach Rm 6 ringgit per nut even at roadside stall and eateries. The final variety is Malayan dwarf. There are two types of Malayan dwarf varieties, which are Malayan red dwarf and Malayan yellow dwarf. Malayan red dwarf produce fronds with reddish or orange rachis and red-orange nuts. Malayan yellow dwarf produce yellow-green rachis and bright yellow nuts. They produce medium nut size with bright yellow or red-orange, and the coconut water of both are sweetish sour tasting. It also carry a faint buttery coconut aroma. The endosperm is firmer as the coconuts from these varieties are often harvested at an old age.
Okay, next we move to climate requirement. First, rainfall. The coconut palm can grow and produce fruit with a well-distributed rainfall of 100 cm, but for profitable cultivation, 100 cm to 225 cm per annum, evenly distributed throughout the year. It can stand even much higher precipitation if the soil is well drained. Okay, for the second climate requirement is temperature. The optimum mean annual temperature for the base crop and maximum yield is 27 Celsius to 30 Celsius. High temperature might cause the young developing inflorescences to dry up and limit production of coconut nuts. Okay, for the third climate requirement is humidity. Coconut palm able to grow healthy, produce high quantity and quantity of nut under warm and humid condition. Warm and humid condition must be balanced so that the coconut plant can grow healthy. Okay, for the fourth climate requirement is sunshine. Coconut plant requires plenty of sunlight and does not grow well under shade or into cloudy region. Sunlight can help to raise the temperature of the leaf surface and thereby to promote better activity in the tree. It also helps in the synthesis of organic food material by the chlorophyll of green plant. Okay, for the last climate requirement is wind. Dry and windy atmosphere conducive to the best growth of the palm provided soil moisture condition remain at optimum level. Windiness increases the transpiration rate and help in the uptake of more nutrient in the soil solution. Okay, for the soil suitability, coconut plant able to grow healthy and best by planting it on gravelly sand, alluvial soil, laterite soil, peaty soil, volcanic and pumice soil. But for the best soil for coconut planting is a rich alluvium or loam having proper soil moisture and well drainage system. The coconut also thrive and yield well lateritic loamy or black clay soil on band of channel or tank and on the bank of rivers. The optimum pH value for coconut cultivation is 5.2 to 8.0.
Okay, now we move to the propagation technique. For propagation technique for the coconut crop is seed nut propagation. For the procedure is the seed nut that are purchased must transfer into polybag and allowed to grow in the ideal field planting sites. Next, the polybag size should be 45 meter times 45 centimeter lay flat and need to be 500 gauge black with perforations. Next, the polybag should be half filled 3 days in advance and watered daily to allow settling of the soil. Each seedling needs 200 ml water per day by applying 30 minutes of watering twice a day using a sprinkler system. Last but not least, the planting distance in the nursery should be 1 meter times 1 meter equilateral triangle amounting to 4,000 palm per arc. Seedlings are maintained in the nursery up to 1 year before field planting. Now we move to the nursery. For the nursery area, it was have a well-drained plot with coarse texture soil near water source for irrigation. Nursery can be done in open space with artificial shade or in an adult coconut garden. For the nursery bed preparation, prepare 1.5 width of the nursery bed. Then the space between the bed must be 75 centimeter. Then level the bed so that it will be higher. For the nursery structure, the nursery area must at least between the coconut. It must raise the nursery bed between the coconut. It also at least have the 50% of shade nursery, which means it must under partial shade of in coconut plantation.
Okay, for the seed nut planting, plant seed nut in a narrow and long bed at a spacing of 30 cm square, either horizontally or vertically in deep trenches with 20 to 25 cm depth. 5 rows of nut planted in each bed, accommodating 50 nuts per row. For the intercultural operation in nursery, first, irrigate the nursery bed once in 3 days. Second, keep the nursery free of weed by performing weeding often. Third, provide shade to the nursery. Fourth, the seed nuts start germination 6 to 8 weeks after planting and germination continues up to 6 months. Select seedling that germinate before 5 months after planting, then remove those nuts which do not germinate 5 months after sowing. Last, regularly monitor for pests and disease so that can prevent infestation or attack from any pest or disease. Okay, for the selection of seedling 9 to 12 months after planting are chosen. Seedling that germinated early that have good gut and color and early splitting of leaflet will be selected for planting. Okay, for the discarded seedling, the seed nut that just have germinated will not be selected. Those seedlings which are deformed or having stunted growth will be eliminated. For the seedling harvesting, remove the seedling from the nursery by lifting with spade. Select quality seedling with a minimum of 6 leaf and girth of 10 cm at collar.
Land preparation. For the land preparation, the tree and shrub will be removed along with stump using machinery such as chainsaw, tractor, elevator, and many more. The land also will undergo ploughing activity, and a cover crop might be raised for 2 or 1 season depending on the land condition. Then for the field planting, the planting of coconut should be in straight row at regular interval to facilitate the carrying out of proper agriculture practices with labor-saving implement. There are two recommended methods of planting, which are square method and triangular method. In triangular method planting, more palm can be accommodated in a unit area. The square method is easier to plot out and will be more recommended if closer spacing is adopted and also from the point of underplanting, which has to be undertaken when the first planted palm gets old. The planting distance also depending on the varieties of the coconut. Okay, next we move to crop management. First one is tillage. Tillage is an agriculture practice where machinery or mechanical manipulate the soil with tools and implement to change the physical properties of the soil and other benefits. The objective of tillage in a coconut farm is to make the soil receptive to the first rain after rainless period and help to retain more moisture in the soil. Next is mulching. Mulching is a practice of covering the surface of the soil with a layer of vegetable waste material with a view to keeping the surface layer at a more even temperature, more permeable to water, and for reducing water and also to suppress weed growth. Third one is manuring. Manuring is an operation that supply nutrient that crucial for palm growth. Method used to apply the fertilizer is broadcast method. Broadcast method is where the fertilizer is applied 1.8 meter from the base of the palm in circular basin or in trenches. The fertilizer may be applied in two split dose in June to July and in December to January. For the fourth, which is the final of the crop management, is pest and disease management. For pest management, IPM, which is integrated pest management, will be used for the countermeasure on pest management. While for the disease control, the integrated disease management will be used to control the disease and also to prevent the infection of the disease.
Okay, for the harvesting and technology, harvesting method is fall method. Technology used is site. Okay, for the advantage of this method, able to harvest more nuts per unit time from a large number of palms. Second, more efficient, which can save more labor energy. Last, less dangerous compared to climbing method. For the climbing method, technology used is palm climbing device. Advantage of this method is the harvester can clean and inspect the crown of the palm for pest and disease attack. Second, safer than climbing manually. Last, able to choose and harvest ripe coconut efficiently.
Next is post-harvest handling. For the coconut, young coconut, there are three types of the post-harvest handling involved. First is trimming. The second is packaging and pre-cooling. Third is transportation. Well, for the matured coconut, uh, there are two processes involved in post-harvest handling. First is dehusking, and the second is dehustling and carrying. For copra, the post-harvest handling involved is the ripening of copra processing. Next is kernel drying for copra processing.
Okay, for processing and technology used. First, pre-processing area. Second, coconut water processing area. Third, separating and fat skimming. Fourth, pasteurization. 5. Aseptic tank. For the 6, copra. And 7, coconut desiccated powder.
Next is the end product. The end product is the final product that produced from the processing of the coconut. There are four products that are produced, but there are many more. But in this our report, we include four products, which are coconut honey, coconut kernel, coconut milk, and coconut syrup.
Okay, for the conclusion of presentation, in conclusion, coconut crop can become one of the major crop in Malaysia with the improvement of technology and agricultural modern practice. This will help to improve the economy in Malaysia with the development of technology can produce more product from coconut that will be useful for everyone.
That is all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.